sometimes I look back and wonder if I should have changed it for one or two look there. Right. So, oh yes, wait. It's nice. So I think she was good for that. But sometimes she look back and like, what if I just tier one for one people? Would they have taking me seriously? Would I have seen like, oh, this one is not to be messed with? Dealing with mother-in-law drama has to be one of life's biggest life moments, right? And I'll tell you this one for free. It doesn't taste good. I've been there, tasted it to an extent, and not good. Let's talk about it today. Sir, I was scrolling through the streams of social media last week. Um, Although I saw the video first on my friend's TL, shout out to my friend Khadija. Saw it on her TL on WhatsApp when she posted the video, and she was sparking conversations around it. And I watched the video, and it got me thinking a lot. I had quite a number of things to say about the video. It was please. It's a good video for you, so you can watch it and let it understand from the
Valentine's night, you came over, made sure you ate. And then when you were finished, you expected me to take your plate.
In the Nigerian culture, you are supposed to take your mother-in-law's plate.
Yes.
If you know you want to marry my son, you are supposed to respect me.
Mom, can you?
No! Leave me alone!
What's your problem?
Stop it!
Wait,
Mom,
wait. Now.
No! Stop it! You have to respect me. I'm not your mate. She has to respect me.
She respects
She
me.
has to take my plate.
Mom, listen.
Yeah, come on.
for now, right? The first thing that jumps at me is the aggression. Like, what the aggression? Is the, oh, I'm not your mate. You can't talk to me like that. You have to take my plates. Now, I'm going to imagine that the situation is it's a reality TV show. There's a chance it's all scripted, right? I mean, that jumped at me. I mean, what's it is scripted? But what it is not? That's the magic perception. It's not scripted. This legit did happen, right? And she's shouting, oh, I'm not your mate. You can't talk to me like that. The girl is explaining, said, you came to the house on Valentine's Day. You go to the comment section, you have people saying, why was she there on Valentine's Day? Was she being there on Valentine's Day? Let's assume there was a visit she had to be in the house of a week. I don't even want to get into that because there's so much talked about that she being there on Valentine's Day is probably not the biggest, right? So she's there on Valentine's Day. The girl ensures she eats. That's what she said, like, give you food. And then you expected me to take the dates. And then the woman begins to shout. And the guy's like, was. And she shouts and she's like, oh no, your mates. And it was such a very, very, triggering video for a lot of people. I mean, I went to the comment section, and to be fair, for the first time, I was somewhat proud of the comment section because it looked like people actually were saying some of the things I would expect them to say. It was absolutely ridiculous that she was going all out my bats and shouting, and it was almost like she wants to bring me out. But at the point, I was like, are you going to meet her? Some of the creators I saw talk about this on Instagram and also saying the same thing. You know, looked like she was about to remove one hand and leave it at the punch or the big get up or something. It's the level of aggression for me. But something that caught my attention was people saying it's not our culture, even if it's our, some people would say it's not our culture, some people saying, it's our culture, and all of that. So let's answer that question. Is it the Nigerian culture? I think it's the Nigerian culture to respect your elders, right? If you have an elder or an elderly person, you show them high level, I was not saying some level of respect, for let's know she percent like you show them a level of respect just because they are older, right? It's expected of you across different cultures in Nigeria to just respect your elders. Now, the way we express respect differs, right? In Yoruba culture, respect could mean kneeling as a lady, prostrating as a guy, but in some other culture that does not apply. So respect in every culture has a way they are being expressed or a way they, you're supposed to expect them. And from the conversation in this video, you can tell that she's from the Yoruba culture, which really prioritize kneeling down and prostrating. And sometimes you don't even really care whether or not you truly respect the person. You just have to show. You just have to show it in your sentences, your A, your air, and all of that. So you can see that in this conversation. To me, it's Nigerian culture to be respectful to your elders. But I do not think this lady is Nigerian in any way. I mean, from the way she speaks, you could tell that she's American. And the confusion on her face when she speaks about what happened shows you that it's not something she's used to. It's strange. It's strange culture to her. So, is it Nigerian culture? Yeah, in a way. Not to pack place, or just to be respectful to your elders, but to be respectful to your elders, sometimes comes with packing plates, sometimes, right? So I could understand people that were saying it's culture. However, what I would not agree to is people saying this does not represent us. I do not agree with that in any way. I read a few comments saying, "Oh, this does not represent us." It's let's not lie to ourselves. We have at least one of that woman in everybody's family. It might not be your own mom, it might be your mom's sister, your mom's cousin, your mom's something. There's always one woman that is not always, but most times you find one of that kind of person in your family. So is it Nigerian culture to pack plates? It's Nigerian culture to respect your elders, but the entire plate situation, that's a whole conversation on its own, and that's why we're having this conversation. So um I think there's also the culture or informal culture in Nigeria for older people to not rate younger people, right? They don't, and you see it in the way they talk to people that are younger than them. It's almost like you do not respect you. I guess there's a culture to respect your elders, but it's almost like your elders do not think they have to respect anything about you, your privacy, your right as a person, your ability to think. They don't think they have to, respect any of that at all. If this lady isn't Nigerian, let's say she's American and she didn't grow up here, obviously that might not be our culture. Right? It's probably culture over there for you to eat and then clear up your plate. And if, for example, she has eaten and she needs the plates cleared, I feel like she could have asked politely, said, "Oh, I don't know what a plate is. Let's say I need Felicia, for example. See, oh, Felicia, do you help me, take this to the kitchen?" And this problem would have been solved instantly. I don't think it would have resulted in some family meeting, family drama, and, all of that craziness that happened. It was almost turning to blows at some point, right? And it's very disturbing. I think the one of the bigger worries I have is that there is no place for love. If you're going to bring somebody into your culture, there has to be some place for love, some place for you to gently guide them, gently bring them into the fold so that they feel loved and they feel part of the family. Going all out and then, attacking, going on after, you want to pounds at some point. The also that she was going to be the girl up. So, coming out to pounds, to fight, to shout, where's the place of love? I remember when I lost my mom in 2023 and I went for burial in where I'm from, right? And we got there and we're sending in, I don't know if you understand your birthday where you're not fully kneel, but you go halfway and just to show respect to say good afternoon, or you say it in my language. My mother's place, it's a day. I remember that because it reminds me of crayfish a day in Yoruba, but that's by the way. So it's a day, and you greet them and you kind of do an afternoon. And I remember some of them making comments like, "Why are we needing, in the Lagos or I'm terrible with Igbo, I'm sorry." The saying these Lagos people have come, why are you guys needing, it's unnecessary because they do not consider that respect in a way. So imagine dating a Yoruba person and I grew up in Asaba, I never grew up in Lagos. And I respect you as a person, I come to greet you, but I'm not kneeling, right? You automatically consider me disrespectful, uncultured, not trained. And that would be a very terrible mistake because I could be the best thing your son can ever find, and you throw me or discard me, just because I didn't follow your culture of respect. Right. So I think there's a place and a room for love. And it's people would like to say that, oh, it's 2025, this is not really happening. They happen in months. They really do happen in months. I want to challenge you to think about your entire family and say that there is not one person, one auntie that would react or behave in this kind of way. So it's a prevailing issue, it's a serious issue, and it's something that's, people need to talk about, and recognize. I think even more importantly is men need to recognize and, talk about it, or at least acknowledge that it happens. I think one of the issues we have is that they like to pretend, or some of them like to pretend like it doesn't happen or it doesn't exist. It does exist, and a lot of women have to deal with that. So it's something to look into. So I'm going to play you on another part of the video where she calls it a wig. Let's get into that.
Listen to me! I don't want this!
Mom, listen. Mom, you just right now broke her heart.
She broke my heart too! Leave me alone!
Any other day.
Leave me alone! Don't be a whip for a woman!
I'm not being a wolf.
He's not being a whip.
Okay. So you're having telling her that, oh, mom, you just broke her heart. And she's like, oh, she broke my heart too. I can get that, right? Everybody, she has a heart, the girl has a heart. Probably her heart was really broken in that moment. But then she looks at her son and says, I know, don't be a wimp for a woman. And I think that's one of the pieces that grips me, because how is he being a wimp for him? It's the idea that if your son is loving and taking care of his woman, is a wimp, is not a man. Is she has done, oh, I think I have that. That I don't juju for somebody's sons. I've done juju for your son, or something like that. Somehow we go from, as women, go from wanting to be loved by whoever we're with, to not wanting our sons to love whoever they are with. I don't know how that happens. And I think it happens in Nigerian culture a lot. I read through the comments and you see stuff like, oh, parents are trying to transfer their hurts, the hurts they had. You hear people saying stuff like hurt people, abuse people, and you wonder what the psychology behind that is. You wonder what the thoughts behind, because you would think that because you went through that, you wouldn't want to repeat the cycle. But apparently not. Apparently that's not the way the world goes, right? And yeah, you have a lot of people advising you to run. Just run. In my opinion, if so this is where my opinion is. I want to believe she loves the guy, and obviously she wouldn't be in that relationship if and she sounds like a really, really trying to be calm person. I don't even know if she's calm in real life, but I can understand her saying yes ma, or ma, you don't have to, shout, yes ma, just to keep the peace, just so that you don't seem like you're untrained. Sometimes I look back and wonder if I should have changed it for one or two people there. Right. Others, oh yes, my it's nice. So I think she was good for that. For sometimes she look back and you're like, what if I just tier one for one or two people? Would they have taken me seriously? Would I have seen like, oh, this one is not to be messed with? So I don't know. I wish she had probably turned one for one or two people. Uh, don't lead on my behalf for those girlies that would just say yes, man, they be quiet. In a way, in the video, I kind of wish she had done that. But it's good. Kudos to her for not doing that as well. But she needs to reevaluate, because obviously there's a priority of family in this family she wants to be married into. And like somebody said to me, the woman doesn't like the girl. It's not about where she grew up. It's not about culture. It's not about, it's just she doesn't like, she hates the girl. And if you're already getting that energy before you get in, you don't want to spend the rest of your life with that energy. So do I think she should run? I do think she should consider running. I think she should. I think she should. She might really love the guy, but if there's no change, if there is nothing changing, because So next time if you watch the video, it goes beyond the place. If it's truly about that place, then there's a serious problem because it shouldn't be about place. If you want her to take the place as a place of love, there's somebody's coming into your culture. If there's a way, I believe when two people are getting married here, you have the man, you have the woman, and they are coming together. And they are coming from different cultures and different upbringing. As a woman, as a mother-in-law, I truly believe that you should be welcoming in such a way that you help her, you know, assimilate your culture, assimilate your training, and also you be open to learning what our training was and how you can work around it. I think that's what's missing in Nigerian culture. Love. Everybody say, "Oh, I love my son. I love my son." But do you love the person? Are you open to loving the person that is bringing in? I think one issue I have is that most times they are not open. But be open first. Be open, try to be open, try to be understanding, try to see where this person is. It's a different thing if the person has like terrible character. Or in this case, or on this subject that we're talking about, that was not the issue. So I'm inclined to believe those that believe she doesn't like a girl at all. Because shouting is Nigerian culture. Taking the place part is not the culture. It's just respect for elders. But since she's not from here, then it's not her culture. So it's important that you are accepting. Now, I had a very wonderful question, or something that popped into my head when this whole thing was playing. And it was, what if the son had just carried his mom's plate? How about that? How about the son had carried the mom's plate to the kitchen? Would these own incidents are just not being a thing? Was he there? I think he was. I think he was, but let's assume he was. Was it if he was there and he had just taken it, would it have been a problem? Does it matter that it wasn't her in particular? If her son was there, couldn't he have taken his one place to the it's just how I can't believe this entire business is talking about plates. I really can't. I can't believe that the issue is about carry plates the kitchen. But the root of it is really not the blame of being sincere, is the entire culture, the entire mother-in-law culture in Nigeria. I know it's scary. You know it's scary. Nigerians know it's scary, right? We try to pretend like it doesn't happen often, but it kind of does. And then you will have people pray that they jam the mother-in-law that is caring, loving, and love. And it is possible. I believe it is possible, right? But oftentimes you find those who, I don't know, are just not as open and need speak on needs of things and are not loving, right? They go to church. Oh, they go to church. They go to church a lot. They never miss service most times. But that love is it really, really in your heart, right? Some of them love Christ, like, oh my, they don't use Jesus to play, but when it comes to loving others, it's not there. I have a theory about love and loving others, right? The Bible says something about love your neighbor as thyself. And I believe that you have to love thyself first to be able to love people. And sometimes people want to love other people without loving themselves. It works. I mean, outwardly, they show that they love people. But I do not think that's what's God intended. Anyway, it wants you to love yourself and then love other people as you love yourself. It's easier in that way. Anyway, so do I think you should run? Yeah, you should really, really consider running. Do I think the mother-in-law is terrible? In this instance, she wasn't great. In this instance, she wasn't stellar mother-in-law at all. And I think she could do better. I think she can improve. But I do not think the lady she can improve to set the tone of her own life. She needs to make a very, very important decision. Alright. Mother-in-law needs to do better. If you have a son, it's a good thing. Train your son right in the right way. And stop thinking your son is the best thing that happens since last birth. It's not everybody's ever says it like that. So Yeah, and that's it for today, right? That's conversation for today. It kind of bugged me a lot. The entire thing, the video took me aback. It was crazy watching it, and I'm proud of the comment section in this one. I'm proud of the response I saw, even though I saw somebody say something like, "What's the big deal in carrying kids?" I don't think there's a big deal. It might just not be our culture. Oftentimes, you see something on social media, and then you see a number of people unable to see what the issue is. So I'm proud of it, and I hope that you know everybody in that entire situation can do better. Then there's also the chance that it's scripted and it's not exactly what it is, but I can't ignore the fact that whether it's scripted or not is something that happens, right? So we still had to talk about it. Thanks for joining in today, right, guys? I'm absolutely enjoying this being called consistency. It's sweet to be able to be consistent. And shout out to the village that helped today. You notice a few things are different here, right? The microphone and some other things. I like to say big shout out to the village that helped with it. Everybody who's chipped in or wanted to help. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you very much. And I hope this was somewhat interesting for you. And I want to hear what you have to say. I would be in the comment section. So if you have anything to say about the video, share your thoughts. And if you do not agree with something, let me know. If you feel like it was okay, there's no big deal, let me know. Let's get conversation started. And I hope you have a lovely week. And I look forward to having you next time. Bye, Veris.